Hello and welcome back to Hollowponds Solo Sagas, and today we will be playing the game of OSR Pirates, Pirate Borg. So today will be our 5th episode of Pirate Borg. We have Captain Pete, he be in the jungles with his lads. His lads are in the jungles. There's Seaman Staines, old Oxo, and before I get myself into any trouble, which I may have done over the last 4 episodes, we have Master Bates, who I'd like to clarify is 18 years of old. He be indeed is old enough to go to sea. Now, back in the day, when Pirate be Pirate, he might have been 14. In fact, most likely he would have been a 14-year-old lad, if not younger. But we're in a different age now, and some of the things I'm inferring should be not inferred with someone who's not 18. So, he be 18, whether you like it or not. I just thought it was safer to say that. So, thank you very much for joining us for our 5th episode of Pirate Borg. If you are a subscriber, thank you very much for subscribing. If you're not a subscriber, I'll put that graphic on down there again to entice you to subscribe. Please subscribe. If you enjoy, subscribe. And we will rejoin our pirates. So we had our pirates who had voyaged out into the jungle to make some money. I was considering, why did Captain Pete decide to do this? Basically, you think he'd want a ship and go and get some ash, but maybe he wanted to score some cash to make it easier to pay for a crew, because there's only the 4 of them. Now, the 4 of them can pilot some ships based on the book, but not many big enough to get him to the Dark Caribbean, load up with all of his ash that's on the Phantom Voyager, and then get back to the Black Coral Bay, or Coral Town, in one piece, and allow him to then flog it for profit. So what do we have? What sort of things do we get? So we've got a sloop, can be crewed by 3. Longboats and sloops and stuff, they're a bit on the smaller side, although a sloop can do some broadsides. But if he's going to go to a full proper crew, that's 10 people. So we would need additional staff, to help us out. But you can still function on the lowest number of crew, I do believe. Let me just double check. So minimum for a sloop is 3, maximum is 10. So we could try and get a sloop now. We could probably get a sloop, but if we wanted to get something a bit more meaty, we would need more crew. But we do have man of war. Probably a sloop would be all right, actually. Small single mast vessel, the perfect pirate ship due to its speed, shallow drift and manoeuvrability. Maybe when we get back from the jungle, if we get back from jungle, we'll have a look for a sloop. Now, sidetracking. I'm feeling a bit under the weather today. So if I get a bit distracted, or I'm trying to basically force myself into a joyous tone, but I'm feeling a tad under the weather as the weather has changed in Sydney and it's got a bit cold. And my feet are cold and I'm under the weather. Anyway, undead. We need to find some undead because they're in the jungle and they're sleeping, and they are going to be decided, because I've got my notes here. Undead encounter in middle of night. So let me just check my very, very old iPad has charge, which of course it doesn't. Percentage dice it is then. So we have our encounter. Let's find some undead for our lads to fight. They encounter some undead, possibly, or XO thinks he does. I think I encountered some undead in that cave, Captain. I do indeed. Quite a close encounter. A close encounter of the slightly unpleasant kind. Let's see. What shall we have? Let's just do some plain zombies, and we will have 4 zombies. 4 of them, 4 zombies. So we'll have 4 zombies. We'll wade in to the affray. So 4 standard zombies will wander in. Now, who is on watch? It is highly unlikely going to be Captain Pete. So we will go 1, 2 Staines, 3, 4 XO, 5, 6 Bates. 6 Bates. Just what we wanted. Okay, now, where is Bates? We'll see if Bates is perception. Bates. Master Bates. It's got 2 hit points. I've got 2 hit points and I've got a machete. I do, Captain, and I'm a landlubber. Now, I do have a presence of +1. So, I will say... So, Bates is out and he's got a presence of +1. So, he's staying awake. There's a little campfire. They're using that green lantern that does the glow. They're in the clearing. Still with the posts around the outside where they had those lanterns hang up on them. Maybe they'd have tried to... Let's give them a presence check. 18, yes. They've tried to light those lanterns and we'll say 50... Shall we say... let's go GM emulator. We'll go switch back to my phone. Wonder if it works on my phone. How did they get the lanterns to light? Yes. Awesome. Okay. So, lanterns are lit around the outside, which means that Bates has... it's a much easier time of it keeping watch. He's got a presence of +1, so because the lanterns are lit, we'll give it a normal. Everyone else is snoring. Staines is giving it massive snores because he's probably still a bit hungover. And Exo and the captain are snuggled up together, keeping each other the warm. 17, 18. So Bates starts to hear noise from the outside the edges of the jungle, just around the foliage. He can hear sort of a scrapey, slidey noise. And just as he's looking, oh, I can hear something from over there. Oh, I don't like this. And just as the bush starts to move to the side and some of the jungle foliage starts to move to the side, and this really grey, pallid face moves through and sort of stares him. Oh dear. As some zombies begin to shamble out to the clearing, and Bates will start to scream, oh God, Captain, we got zombies, oh Captain. And starts to get a bit agitated, and we will give the captain, the captain it says, so the captain is voluntarily insomniac. So let's see, I think this would be, where's my thing? I think it's very likely that the captain is actually awake. Exceptionally, yes. He's already awake. The captain goes, all right there, lad, what's up? What's the problem with you young Bates? Eh? You wake XO up. Oh, Captain, it's zombies. Oh, good lad. And he'll start to kick the other two and wake them all up as the zombies come. If it was anything but zombies, I would do like I've done for other things. I think in Twilight 2000, the team got attacked by wolves. Oh yeah, they did, didn't they? Because Jane lost a leg. And then they had to roll to wake up. But I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to say they'll wake up. That, and also, as I said, I'm feeling poorly. So, we will have the 4 of them jump up. XO picks up his musket. I've got my musket, Captain. And I'll take a pot shot. And so they will all now roll. What do we do? So Captain Pete will roll his D6 plus his agility. And Captain Pete's agility is +1. And we'll see if the zombies get to them first, or they get up and they actually sort of snap into efficient manoeuvrers that they would have learned many a time. And so we'll do D6 +1, which gives us a 5. 4, 5, 6 gives us PCs goes first. So they begin to shamble out. There's 4 of them. They're in a little bit of a clump as they're all wearing standard sailor garb, stripy sort of puffy trousers. They've got shirts. Their ribs are poking through. One of them's got dried, desiccated innards which is fallen out. All 4 look as though they were once male pirates. They've got scraggly hair. One's got an eye patch over their eye, but clearly their eyes have been pecked out by the birds in the jungle years and years ago. They are old, desiccated zombies. They are not fresh, and they are not anything new, which you see quite a lot in Coral Town. We're just the night of their first day in. So this is just their first night in the jungle. Do you know, Captain? Yes, things, says the captain, pulling out his sword and getting ready. I don't know if I like this place. Do you know, Staines, we could discuss that later. And then they will all charge in. First off, we'll do young XO. Young XO will crack out his... Where's XO? crack out his musket, and he gets to fire every other turn, not every third turn, because he is a whatever it is where you fire the muskets. So XO, with his +1 presence, is going to attempt to shoot. I'm going to shoot that one up front, Captain. So he'll take aim with his musket and let off a shot. Doing 8s. 8s isn't good enough. The shot goes wide into the bush and tears out some of the leaves that flitter down onto the top of their heads. I missed. Yes, lad, I saw you missed. The captain and Bates will step up to 2 on the left, and Staines by himself is going to take 2 on the right. Staines being a brute with Betty. Come on, Betty, let's teach these a lesson. And Betty is going, so he gets a -2. I wonder if does XO get a -2 DR? Because Staines and the captain get a -2 DR. The captain gets a -2 DR using knives, and Staines gets a -2 DR whenever fighting. Buccaneer, that's what XO is. No, is the answer. He doesn't. He's got 10 plus present shots, which is 11 shot. I haven't been tracking it. Oh no, there we go, 11. I'll say he's fired 4, maybe 4. So he's got 7 shot left. And then we're going to have to find some little stones and do some interesting things. So that's XO. Then Staines is going to stride in. Come on, Betty. Couldn't he use that die yet? He doesn't really know. No, he doesn't know about it. Staines doesn't know. He's just got it in his pocket. So Staines is going to stride forwards. He's going to try and take on one of them. He has a DR of -2, so that means he needs to roll 10s, and he has a strength of +1, so he needs to roll 9s, not 2s. So he's going to stride forwards, and he's still got those necro hog guts on the soles of his shoes. He's not wiped them off yet, and so we're not going to use this one anymore. It's rubbish. It's normally one of my favourite D20s. He slips a bit as Betty goes wide, and the 2 zombies could cause him a bit of trouble. We'll do them having a scratch first round, and then we will do. We'll use the fate chart to see if they get a bite in. So we've now got Captain Pete and young Bates. Captain Pete's going to stride in and go, right, 2 knives. Let me show you what I showed the captain. What does that mean, Captain? Don't worry, Bates, but I was a pain in his back. He steps forward, so he also has a -2 when he's got a knife attack, which means he needs 10s, and he has a strength of +1, which means he needs 9s as well. 14. Good old Captain Pete. So Captain Pete will stride in. Now, because he has a knife knave, his second hit auto hits if his first hit hits, so he gets a couple of daggers in, which is 2d4. These zombies are not, I repeat, not armoured, but they do have 5 hit points. And he does, 5 hit points. So Captain Pete strides into the first zombie, and the first zombie gets absolutely mullered. Now, lad, that's what you do to a zombie. I'll try my best, Captain. I'll try my best. Young Bates can't take one down. He's just got a machete that does a d4. But young Bates does not have -2, so he has to roll against a 12. He's got +1 for his strength because he's quite a muscular 18-year-old. I am, and I'm nimble. And I did a natural 20. So with a natural 20, he gets double damage. So he could possibly kill it. So shall we roll d4 and then double it? Yes, Pete, do that. All right then. Unless it rolls low, in which case roll another d4. Okay. 3 and 3 is 6. That's enough. Young Bates goes a bit insane with the machete. Captain Pete steps back and goes, "Oh, Bates. All right, mate. Slow down. Leave some bits. We've got to get some ash off these afterwards, lad." "Sorry, Captain. I got a bit carried away." So the only person who's left with any zombies is Mr. Staines. "Hey, Staines, are you all right?" So both the zombies are going to attempt to do claw attacks against Staines because that won't turn him into a zombie. So Stains has an agility of +1. He needs to roll 12, so he needs 11s. So the first zombie slashes in with some claws, making a real sort of guttural. No, you know how zombies. You know zombies. I don't have to tell you what noises zombies make, do I? Come on, we all know what zombies make. Oh, Stains is nimble on his feet. If he could have only stayed on his feet instead of ended up down in that bin, he would have been all right. So Stains is dodging and diving with Betty. Blocks one zombie claw as it comes in, and the other zombie claw he feels it just brush against his cheek. As the zombies, the two there, if they had any sense, they'd look a bit worried. But instead, they don't. They look more like this. Under the weather. So XO is going to load. The lads all get to go first. XO goes, "Don't worry, Captain. Don't worry, Captain. I'm just loading. I'm loading, Captain. Have you hit anything yet, lad?" "I did. I hit that bloke on the ship." "Look." So we'll do Stains first, because Stains actually has the 2 on him. And then Captain and Bates will sort of saunter over if Bates has still got some alive and try and get them from behind. So Bates is just going to push one in the chest and go, "Do you want it then? Let's have it." 16 plus his 1 is 17, and he only needs to get a 10. So he claves in. What's he got? He's Betty. Betty's a D6 damage. He could kill it, but he probably won't. So a D6 damage from young Stains. Only 1 point. So he gently knocks one on the shoulder, and it kind of looks down and goes, "Huh?" As Bates and the captain will leg it round behind, and the captain is going to do the attacks that he does the best of all, which is from behind when they're not looking. 19 plus 1, 20. He gets it in like no one's business. The captain says, "Watch out for the eye core." "What's the eye core, Captain?" "Don't worry, lad." 5 points. The one that Bates just gave a bit of a love tap, the captain slices apart with his, with his daggers, as Bates goes, "So is this one mine then?" "That's yours, lad. Let's see what you can do. You did quite well last time." And he does pathetically. Young Bates, you're very hit and miss, aren't you, lad? "I'm sorry, Captain. I try." And that zombie now has, he's got 2 to choose from, really. He's got Stains and Bates. So we'll go 1 to 3. He'll go for, actually 1 to 4, because Stains in front of him. He'll go to Stains. 5 and 6, it's Bates. 1 to 4, it's Stains. Stains he comes forwards with lumbering with both claws, and actually, let's see. Let's give it a 50-50. Will it bite? No. Lucky Stains. So it's going to do another claw attack, and Stains does 13. He dodges. Stains ducks out the way as it spins around and makes itself 3 plus 1 is 4. Makes itself dizzy, because then it can't attack first. Let's make XO have a shot. XO's going to have a shot. XO's going to say, "Hey, everyone, duck." 11 plus 1, 12. We'll give it to him. 12, doing 2d6 damage. Doing 8 points of damage. So everyone sort of ducks down temporarily. There's a crack, and then there's a head that goes, and bits drift all the way down, and then it collapses to the ground. And they all sort of stand there and go, "Oh, I don't know if I don't like it here, Captain. I really don't. It's hot and it's sweaty, and the insects keep biting me, and now we've got these things." "Now then, I understand what you're saying there, Mr. Stains. I do understand indeed. But whilst you're considering whether this is the correct career choice for you, may I suggest you shut up and get the ash together." So what they're going to do is they will collect ash from the undead. Now, How do we do that, lads and lassies, you might ask yourselves? Well, or folks, as we should say, not lads and lassies, because we do not know what people want to call themselves. So folks, how do we do that? All right, so I think it's about 1 dose per undead. I think that's right. So let's see if we can. We'll give them a presence test with Captain Pete being in charge to see if they can get any ash from each one. So we will roll 1, 2, 3. Do I have a 4th d20? No, I do not. So I'm going to roll 3 d20s and then a 4th one, and everything that rolls on 11 or more is a dose of ash. So we've got 2 doses. We got 2 doses. So we get 2 doses of ash. 2 times ash. So we managed to get 2 lots of ash. That takes a couple of hours of processing the bodies and getting ash out. And we will give them, let's say, do they get 2 rolls of the loot the body table? Yes. All right. Do they get 3 rolls of loot the body table? No. Okay. So 2 rolls on loot the body, which is percent orange, 28. 28 be a fine metal flask. So one of them has a fine metal flask on them. It's very unlikely there's something in it. Is there anything in it? No, it's empty. And another one has 70... 2 dead fish. I reckon it's nearly impossible that they are edible. Are they edible? Exceptionally no. They are dried, desiccated dead fish. Dried, desiccated dead fish. 2 dried, desiccated dead fish and a partridge in a pear tree. So, they then decide that the night is still but young, and they will all settle down and try and get a good night's sleep. I think they all are on fine hit points wise. I don't know if I've crossed off their food, but we'll say that they did their food last night. I did cross off their food. So they will awaken in the morning to the sounds of the jungle, woken up in the jungle, waking them up and being quite rambunctious. So we will say, what are we going to do? Right, that's it. Sorry. So they're waking up to the sounds of the jungle, and then they will need to start their investigations and their explorations again. So they will pick up all the stuff, pack up the kit, have a look around. Maybe they'll grab some. Oh, they've got some ash. They've got. Did they get the skins? I think I wrote down. He's got this necklace of eyeballs that'll make him go invisible, but he needs to know how to use it. Well, they got 2 pig skins, didn't they? So I need to remember to write that down, otherwise we'll completely forget we've got them. So they'll start to voyage off. So next scene would be them going through the jungle, trying to find something in the jungle. In which case, what we will do is we will use the GM emulator that I always forget to do, and we will do a scene check. Is the scene what we expect it to be, which will be just be our roll on the table? Yes, right. So let's roll and see what we encounter next in our jungle exploration fun. Now, there are some things that we can find. Actually, we could do those when it's a scene check and it's something weird. We could maybe bump into the witch, or there's a few other things that we might discover. But what we'll do is we will go, we've got 3 things: terrain, content, environment. We'll go terrain, content, environment. So terrain 16, content 14, environment 2. So as we're wandering through the jungle, we change the terrain changes into, so this is the morning, the terrain changes into, oh, we come across a small babbling creek, so we can sort of get some fresh water, hopefully, have a bit of a wash, maybe. Oh, Captain Pete would, he needs to stay looking dapper. 14, there's a large volcanic rock that's sort of fallen into the middle of this creek, and the water is going around it. It's quite a strange looking rock. Maybe we can get something out of it if it's a large volcanic rock. Maybe we can do. We've got those spades. Maybe we can dig stuff in. 2 is the buzzing flies carrying disease. Okay, we might. Then my pencil end, I sharpened it so sharp, and he's really fancy pencil sharpener, it just keeps snapping. All right, and let's see what our encounter is. And then we have a D20 for the encounter part, of see what's in here. 6. Dark Flora. All right. All right. Let's see what we have with Dark Flora, which is on page 90. Okay, so there's something about this volcanic rock which is causing horrible flies to be around it. We have, what's that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We're D8 and I'll re-roll 8s. 2. Carnivorous plant, as I was expecting. Mutated by undead energy, they lurk in swamps and jungles or creeks, waiting for small animals to fall into their trap. Ooh, you can get cash for them. 25 silver for a tendril, up to 4 tendrils. 25 silver for its head, and 200 silver if you manage to get its, the heart of it. All right. So there's a carnivorous plant. Okay. So our crew, hacking through the jungle, will then come into a bit of a clearing. They see a creek. There's this really weird looking volcanic rock in the middle of this creek, just down apart with all these buzzing flies all the way around it. I'm going to say that the carnivorous plant is quite big and takes up quite a bit of area of the jungle, so they won't know. So if they go towards the creek, so the carnivorous plant has grown here because people will go towards the creek, and it's situated itself away from the volcanic rock. So if they go near the volcanic rock, they're safe from the carnivorous plant. So this is if I was DMing it. But they'd be affected by the buzzing flies that carry disease. So they would want to avoid the buzzing flies carrying disease. So they're going to go to a nice bit of the lake. Now the carnivorous plant will have situated itself where there's lots of prey. That's where it naturally would have grown. And there's lots of prey going where it's away from that volcanic rock, which has been there a long time. So let's make them have a presence check. Oh no, not that one. That's the bad green D20. This one. Terrible. So he doesn't really notice. He doesn't notice. Okay, I think it's very unlikely that he wouldn't notice the volcanic rock. It's unlikely that he wouldn't notice. Has he noticed the volcanic rock and the flies? Yes. Okay. So he's noticed the volcanic rock and the flies, but he's not noticed the carnivorous plant. So, all right, lads. Now, I don't like the look of those flies buzzing around there. It's like a bloody cloud of nastiness. Oh, Captain, but they sometimes have some quite nice stuff that grows inside them volcanic rocks. Grows? Yeah, they dig them up, gold and that. Sometimes you get some gemstones. They go digging. Are you thinking of dwarfs? I don't think I'm thinking of dwarfs, but they are short lads. Short lads. They traipse around, little pots and pickaxes. You're thinking of dwarfs, you stupid exo. Just fill up the water bottles. So they'll all traipse down to fill up water bottles. In which case, I guess we're going to go jumping into our second combat of the game because a carnivorous plant's going to try and eat them. Now, carnivorous plant has 18 XP. It doesn't, 18 hit points. It doesn't have any morale. We will say that it's got 4 tendrils. So what can we say? So 18 divided by 4 doesn't work. Does it? No, it doesn't. That's 4.5, isn't it? 4.5 is that. So why don't we go, for every 4 hit points, it loses a tendril, and then it will just be left with its head. And to start off with, it can do 4 attacks with the tendrils, and then as it goes down, they're going to have to get closer to it to fight its head. So at the moment, they can only fight its tendrils, so it won't get bites, but it does get 4 tendril attacks. That seems to work. So for every 4 hit points they do against it, so it's got 18 hit points. So the lads go down. So this is back in the bar. So the lads went down to fill up their water bottles, and I, like a champion, stood watch over them. Now what happened was absolutely beyond our recognition. So what I reckon is they're not even going to get a melee roll this time. It will ambush them, basically. Sorry about that. It will ambush them and it will get a free attack on them. So it is going to, they go down to the water, so a nice little water bit. It's all like little trickly brook, making a trickling water sound as it comes down. They're trying to ignore the horrible buzzing noise from over there and the stench of something coming from the rock, which is quite interesting, and they definitely could make some cash out of it. But they're going to ignore that and instead just focus on filling up the water bottles. When all of a sudden, Bates goes, "Oh, Captain!" As something lashes out and tries to attack him. So we'll do one attack against each of them. So against Bates, so this is Bates trying to dodge. Bates has a +1, which is a 12, so a tendril lashes and hits the ground next to where Bates is. Now we've got Staines, who's also got a +1. Staines gets smacked in the back of the head for a D4 damage, for 1 point of damage. Oh, Captain! XO is filling his water bottle. XO is as nimble as the lads get nimble. And he's even going to get to draw his musket at the same time. And our hero, the hero of this story and all stories, Captain Pete. Captain Pete is so busy watching over the lads and making sure they're filling their water bottles properly that Captain Pete completely ignores a tendril which smacks him in the back of the head really hard. Knocks him down to 2 hit points. That's not very good for Captain Pete. I think someone's going to have to help Captain Pete by the end of this, unless they decide to leg it, which they might do. Pete might say, "I'm calling a retreat." So they all get to now react to the tendrils. They get to react lightning fast. Bates is going to attempt to shoot. He's going to use the red D20 because he's feeling very lucky. 13 plus 1, 14. Bates cracks off a shot, doing 2d6 damage, and I'll cross off his bullet. Doing 4 points of damage, piercing a tendril. So now we're down to 3 tendrils, 1 tendril off. I might grab that, see if they can drag it away, even if they don't do any good for that. Now we'll have young Staines. Staines will grab Betty and stride in. 12. We only need, where's Bates? Where's Ixor? Because I need to cross one stone off. 6. So Bates hit, didn't he? Oh, I can't remember because someone sent me a text message. Oh, rolled a 12 again. Yeah, Bates hits. Staines hits with Betty, doing D6 damage. He can use the red D6. Doing 4 points of damage, squishing another tendril off. So they've got 2 tendrils are on the ground. Young Bates, with his machete. "Oh, don't worry, Captain. I'll save you, Captain." He needs, what does he need? He's got +1. So he needs to roll 11s. No. He's so busy and so excited that he completely gets all confused and he's hacking against it. "Use the other end of the machete, lad," says the captain, who then dives in with his own attack. 17 is a hit, which means he gets 2d4, because if the first hits, the second one also hits, because he is a knife knave. Doing 6 points, cleaving a third tendril off. 6 points, which 6 points? Yes, 6 points, which puts it down to 4 hit points. That would be the last tendril as well then, wouldn't it? So we've got 4, 8, 12, 16. No, the last 2 hit points is their body. So it's 4 hit points left. So there's 1 tendril, and the main mouth of the carnivorous plant is left going. So it's starting to, if it could run away, it would, but it can't. Bates is the one that missed. So Bates' tentacle is the one that is still there. So it will attempt to hit Bates with his 2 hit points. Bates has an agility of +2, so Bates needs to roll 10s to dodge it, exactly dodging the tendril. As the tendril comes slapping down to try and hit him. The lads all are trying to fumble, which means that they don't get things together. Staines and the captain will have moved towards the body, which means that they might get bit. So we've got the body hit of 9, which would be on 1 to 3 is Staines. On captain, Oh, Captain's not going to do good on this. What does the mouth do? D8. Captain's going to go down. Captain goes down. Captain Pete goes down. But luckily, the lads can actually do a first aid on him. And then the tendril is going to try and whack Bates, and it succeeds. Doing, what's that? Tendril was doing a D4. Whoop. Doing 3 points, and Bates goes down. So Bates and our Captain Pete, our hero, goes down. Staines will stride in, screaming, "Not the captain! Not the bear! Not young Master Bates!" Doing a hit, doing a D6 damage, doing 3 points of damage, leaving it on 1 hit point. And I think instead of reloading, young XO is going to whack it with the butt of his and misses. So we've got it on 1 hit point. Our captain and Bates have got, like, so we'll give them, I don't know how it works if you die. I think they're dead basically, but they need to, we can do healing on them. All right, can do hit. Well, that's what Bates will. That's what XO is going to do during this bit. XO is going to step in, and Staines is going to fight what's left on this round. If we can roll, just plain roll 4, which will do. So XO is going to step to Captain Pete, and XO is going to attempt to do a medical check on Captain Pete, which I'm not too sure how that works. Here we go. We will roll a D6 for Captain Pete. 3. He's got a brain injury with -3 presence for D8. If you reduce to less than 0 hit points, you're dead. Skip being broken. Nah, we're not killing Captain Pete. Negative hit points. I mean, if he wasn't there, so yeah, I mean, yes, we should just roll a new Captain Pete. But wait, what's Pirate Borg without Captain Pete? And it seems a bit like, nah, we're not killing Captain Pete. We'll give XO a presence check to heal Captain Pete. He needs to roll a 12 to not that D20. Oh no, yes, that D20. He needs to roll a 12. He's got +1. If he succeeds, Captain Pete. If he succeeds, Captain Pete is he catches Captain Pete before he dies. If he fails, then Captain Pete will then, I guess, because we're on this island, will rise again as an undead, but we'll give Captain Pete, he's the same personality. Right, 16. So XO gets in on time, and XO can do healing, and we'll do a healing check of whatever the healing thing is. But he gets to XO, he gets to the captain on time, and then we'll see if he gets to Bates on time next round. But for now, we will have Staines striding in with Betty, and oh no, -2 with his +1 means that it does work, and he gets, so it's on, he missed it, didn't he? So he gets a D6 damage, 4 points, exactly what he's on. So he cleaves into it and kills the carnivorous plant, and then XO is going to try for Bates. Whoa, natural 20. Well, it was lucky. So because of natural 20, we'll say Bates survives as well. You know, when I was DMing, because it's the shared story, I mean, it's fine you can kill people off, but if you're enjoying creating a story, then why would you kill your characters off? I mean, you can all disagree with me, which I'm sure you will. But it's you know, it's all the fun and the fair. I'm under the weather. I've got a cold. You know, just the beginnings. Have you seen, it's a very old video from, what was it called? I can't remember what the British TV things, but it's to do with man flu. And have you not heard of Flemsip? There, little bunny, there. Right, healing D6. So, Captain heals a D6. 1 point, not great. And Bates heals a D6. 4 points. Bates goes on 4 hit points. And Captain will go on 1 hit point, and then we'll sit around as we will hack about those plants, and Captain will get back 2. So Captain is on 3 hit points and not feeling too. I don't feel very well at all. I think I'm going to. Let's give him that brain injury. So he's on -3 presence for D8 days. For 6 days. Was that right? Yes. So he's got a -3 presence, so that gives him -2. He's got -2 presence for 6 days. Yes, and Bates, young Bates has 5. Oh, Bates all right. He just fell unconscious and now he's awake again. And we've got 2 less bandages. There's only 2 bandages left. And we've got. Let's see if we can go. So the captain is going to need to roll 14s because we're using the captain to do this. So for each tendril, no, yes, 1 tendril, no, and then for the main body, 14s again, no, and so we managed to get 1 tendril. Oh, do we get the heart? No. So we got 1 tendril out of the wreckage of the plant worth 25 silver. All right, and I've given myself an headache, so that is where we will stop. Thank you very much. If you have any comments about me keeping Captain Pete alive, whack them down in the bottom. We can have a vote if you like. I'll stick a vote up for members, maybe, to vote whether I should be less lenient on my characters. And so when I was playing, sorry to digress, when I played Morkborg, I killed them off quite quickly. You know, if they died, they died. And I went through because that was the feeling. In this, because we've developed a character of Captain Pete and it's a personality, I feel less inclined to kill him off, even though the roles are very much kill and re-roll type characters. It's the same with Dragonbane. But maybe we can have a vote and we can have a discussion, and then I will have to go out of my comfort zone and do new characters. But anyway, thank you very much for carrying through this with me. I will see you very, very soon. If you would like to subscribe, please subscribe. We need all the counts we can get, please. And to those people who would like to become members, you can become a member and you can then join in members' votes for what we might possibly do next. I'm going to put up a vote for what I should start playing after Good Society and Viersen ends. Anyway, I'll stop whittering. See you later. Bye-bye.